What up? Wall Street Mania. Happy Sunday and what up? Always excited to see you guys, even though I can't see you guys. Anyway, today is a highly requested video that I've received a lot in questions. How much can you make when it comes down? How much can you make when it comes down to futures trading in the stock market? I'm gonna show you guys all in this video. Before we jump into it, because we're gonna jump into it pretty quick, I'm going to go over the stock that I trade every freaking day, which is ES, which is basically the S&P 500. It's the future side of the S&P 500 for futures. It's called ES, if that makes sense to you. We are going to jump into it right about now. On this side, these are going to be the ticks and points. This is going to be the contracts that you buy into. Okay, this is a good graph, a good chart. This is the part I want you guys to take pen and paper out. I want you to screenshot this, do whatever, but it's going to show you exactly how much money you can make. So let's start. Every number that you see is a tick. So 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. These are called ticks. And think of it like 4 quarters make a dollar. Well, 4 ticks make a point. So let's go over here. Each tick equals 0.25, which is why it moves by 25, 0.25, 0.50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, 2, like that, okay? When you get 4 of these ticks together, that is going to give you 1 point. Every 4 gives you points. So 8 ticks gets you down to 2, and so forth. Each tick, guys, so this is a tick. This is a tick. These are ticks. I'm saying this because I want you guys to understand exactly what these are and what I'm going over. Each tick is worth $12.50 per contract. So the minute you buy into a trade, you are basically spending $12.50 immediately if you have 1 contract. If you have 2 contracts, you're spending $25. If you're 5 contracts, you're spending $62.50 immediately. But you're going to get a good payout if it moves in your direction on that many contracts. Now, obviously, I'm showing you guys up to 5 contracts. And as far as ticks and points, I'm showing you guys all the way down to 20 ticks. But at the same time, obviously, the market can move higher and way more than 20 ticks. And you can buy more than 5 contracts. I'm just showing you guys kind of a basic on where you guys want to start it, okay? How is this calculated? The ticks are times by 50. Why is it 50? Because 1 full point is worth $50, and that's your contract. So if you were looking to make 7.25 ticks within a day, and you were using 1 contract, you would be making $362.50, as you can see right here. If you wanted to go crazy and you wanted to use 4 contracts and you wanted to make 5.75 ticks, 5.75 times 50, then you're going to times that by 4, which is the number of contracts that you're getting. You're going to make $1,150. And if you guys want to stop and calculate this, feel free. Pause the video, feel free to calculate it. So that way you guys kind of got this down as well. Do you have to have this down? No, but it's kind of nice to just kind of know the money that you can make. Now, again, let's do this one. Let's say that we're moving 20 ticks, or aka 20 points. And then we're going to get in on 5 contracts. We are going to do the ticks, which is 20. So we're going to do 20 times 5 because 1 full point is worth $50. And then we're going to times by another 5. So 20 times 5 contracts times 50, which is what you get per contract, you're going to see $5,000. That's a lot of money, ton of money. All right. Now let's jump into the chart so I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Alrighty guys, now that we are on the real chart, I want to just point this out. We are on a 5-minute time frame. How do I know it's a 5-minute time frame? Because I clicked on it. Kidding, because it's a 5-minute time frame. So we see it right here on the left hand side. Because we're on a top 5-minute time frame, each candle that you guys see is worth 5 minutes. 5-minute time frame. If we're on a 15-minute time frame, each candle would be worth 15 minutes. How do I know that? Not only because I clicked it, but if you guys can see right here at the very bottom, see where it says 9 a.m., 9:05, 9:10, 9:15, we're on a 5-minute time frame. Why did I point that out? Because I want you guys to see exactly how fast or how much money you guys can make in a little of no time. So we talked about one contract and we talked about 5 points or 5 ticks, whatever you want to call it. Let's get our measuring stick out. So with futures, again, you can make money on it going up or down. But in this instance, we're going to say up. So 5 points. There we go. See where it says 5 right here? So that's the measuring stick. So within this candle, if the market moved from here to here, on one contract, we would have made $250. And here's the cool thing. If I would have got 5 contracts in, we would have made $1,250. Now, how are we going to calculate this to know that that is correct? We're going to do 5, which is the 5 ticks, times 50 because each contract is worth $50. And we're going to do it by another 5. And that is going to give you exactly how much you make, $1,250. And again, if you guys want to get a calculator out to double check that, I am correct. So don't question me. I'm kidding. Now, moving on, let's give another example. Let's just kind of measure out one of these real quick. Let's say that the market started here and we bought in, and the market went all the way here, and that's where we got out. Let's take our measuring stick, and that's calculated. Boom. So what does that say, people? 17.50. And we're just going to do one contract. How much can we make? So we're going to calculate it first. I want you guys to calculate this first, and then we're going to see if you're correct. So one contract, we're going to do 17.50, and we're just going to times it by 50. 17.50. We're going to times it by 50. And if you came up with $875, you would be correct. So now let's go back. So now we're on the charts. Let's go down. We're on one contract and we're at 1750, 7.50. Of course, it just says 7.5, 7.50, $875 if you calculated that correct. How did I get this number? Once again, you're going to take the ticks, which is 17.50, and you're going to times it by 50, which is 1 full point. And since we're using one contract, that's all we need. And you should come out with $875. Now let's see what it looks like on the chart. And again, this is in replay mode real quick. So if we click buy, we're in on one contract. How do I know it's one contract? See where it says 1 right there? That's how I know it's 1. Okay. We're in on one contract on a buy, which means we are looking for the market to go up. We already bought in here. So when we reach 7.50, we should see $875. So let's see. Boom. I'll speed the process up. So we went over a little bit. Boom. Which I just kind of showed you guys as well, but I completely messed that up. But boom. So I was actually a point off. It should have been 7.25. So 17.25 if we go and recalculate this again. Sorry, guys. So if we recalculate 17.25, which is right where it was, not 1750, 17.25, and you're going to times it by 50, you should come up with $862.50. Exactly. and we'll do another one, and I'll make sure I get the measuring part of it correct for you guys. Let's say that we started right here at this candle, and we wanted the candle to move right here. So let's measure that. Boom. So market is here, and we wanted it to move here. Looks like that's about 11. We're going to use one contract. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 11 ticks, and then, one second guys, my alarm's going off. If we do 11 times 50, because it's worth 50 points, you should come out to $562 and actually just $550. I'm way off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my chart too, and I'm still wrong. Let's calculate it and see if we are correct. Bam. So if we went in for a sale because price is going down, right? So that is 11 points. How do I know it's 11 points or 11 ticks? It says 11 right there. We got in here, and we just needed to go down here, and we should make $550. So let's see. Boom, and look at that. We made $550. And how many minutes was that? 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, you would have made 5 to 10 minutes, you would have made $550. We'll do one more. We'll go pretty big on this one, okay? I want you guys to calculate this. If the market went from this line, so from this candle right here all the way to, let's say this candle. Boom. Boom. So that's 40 points, guys. Like, this is 40 points. This is pretty big. And it's not even on the chart, so I want you guys to kind of calculate this. If we did 40 ticks and we were looking for 3 contracts, how much money will we make? And I'll pause it. I said at first you don't need to know this, but I think you do need to know this because you want to know exactly how many points and how many ticks you're looking for each and every day as a target. That is me personally. It's always good to have a plan and not go into war without a shield. Once again, 40 points. Let's go back. How to calculate it? We're going to do 40 ticks / points times 50. So 40 times 50, which is the contracts that is worth. And we're going to times that by 3. So 40 times 50 times 3. If you said $6,000, you would be correct. So now let's go back and let's see what that looks like. We got in on the market right here. 1, 2, 3. How do I know it's 3 contracts? Because it shows me right here 3 contracts. And this is our target up here. So let's check it out. And this is exactly how the market would be moving within a day's time. And we are not there yet. Now, obviously, if we can predict this every day, this would be a lovely thing, but we can't. And we should be one more. We are looking to make $6,000 on this trade. And come on. Boom. And you can see it right here, $6,000. So if you calculated that correctly, bada bing, bada boom, you would have had that correctly. So that is all I have for you guys. Again, I want to just show you guys exactly how much you can make when it comes down to futures trading. You can also do this with NQ, which is NASDAQ. You can also do this with other things like RTY. Me personally, I only stick to ES, which is the S&P 500. So once again, if you guys want to go back and calculate this and recalculate it, I'll put this up one more time for you guys. And I'll leave this chart up so you guys can see once again how to calculate everything. But this is something you guys want to carry. But in reality, guys, with trading and day trading and just futures in general, you can make a lot of money in a day. You can also lose a lot of money as well. So Wall Street Mania, keep studying, keep going over this video. I love you guys. Peace.